first light reached me while I was getting ready. A careless message delivered with a smile that did not feel kind. I stood still for a moment beside the mirror, trying to understand why someone would invent a story about the happiness I had finally allowed myself to enjoy. Then you walked in carrying folded clothes, completely unaware that a few words had just tried to change the way I saw the whole day. I told you what had happened, and instead of asking me to prove anything, you sat down and gave me time to settle. Your knee touched mine as we talked, and I found myself laughing at how quickly fear had tried to take control of me. We finished getting ready together, you fixing the small crease near my shoulder while I watched your face soften with affection. By the time we stepped outside, I had decided that nobody would be given the power to choose the mood inside my heart. They whisper their deliberate lies to see my joyful spirit fall, but my joy stays alive. Your tenderness keeps lifting every wall. My heart stays bright, my trust stays strong. Their false words cannot make me small. I know what is real, I know what is true. I feel it every time you draw me close. Let them speak with cruel intent. I will not surrender the happiness we have grown. My smile is honest, my heart is free. No jealous voice can own this part of me. They whisper their deliberate lies to see my joyful spirit fall. A second story appeared days later. This one twisted something innocent into a reason for suspicion. For a few quiet minutes I let myself believe it. Then I caught sight of the little bracelet you had given me resting beside my cup. It brought back the morning you chose it, not because it was expensive, but because you had noticed how I always touched that color when I felt happy. I picked it up and smiled, realizing how much truth can live inside one small personal thing. When you came home I showed it to you, and you laughed before telling me the story of how long you had searched for it. I slipped it onto my wrist while you watched, then pulled you toward me and rested my cheek against yours. The rumor suddenly felt very small, because the life we actually shared was standing right there in front of me. Whisper their deliberate lies to see my joyful spirit fall, but my joy stays alive. Your tenderness keeps lifting every wall. My heart stays bright, my trust stays strong. Their false words cannot make me small. I know what is real, I know what is true. I feel it every time you draw me close. Let them speak with cruel intent. I will not surrender the happiness we have grown. My smile is honest, my heart is free. No jealous voice can own this part of me. They whisper their deliberate lies to see my joyful spirit fall. There was a moment when I almost understood their plan. They wanted me to question every beautiful thing before I could enjoy it. But you looked at me with such quiet certainty, and I felt my laughter return without forcing it. I realized happiness does not become false because someone dislikes seeing it. Sometimes the strongest answer is simply refusing to let bitterness change your heart. So I lifted my face and smiled again, choosing the life in front of me. instead of the stories other people wanted me to fear. They whisper their deliberate lies to see my joyful spirit fall, but my joy stays alive. Your tenderness keeps lifting every wall. My heart stays bright, my trust stays strong. Their false words cannot make me small. I know what is real, I know what is true. I feel it every time you draw me close. Let them speak with cruel intent. I will not surrender the happiness we have grown. My smile is honest, my heart is free. No jealous voice can own this part of me. They whisper their deliberate lies to see my joyful spirit fall. Had gone completely still, yet my mind kept returning to the last little smile you gave me before leaving. I turned the folded blanket over in my hands, finding myself drawn back to the warmth of the evening we had just shared. A faint scent from your shirt remained nearby, and I closed my eyes for a moment, letting that familiar comfort settle over me. I tried reading a few pages before sleeping, but every sentence blurred because my thoughts kept drifting somewhere else. Then the clock moved deeper into the night, and I realized how much I had grown used to having your voice within reach. I pulled the pillow against my chest, wishing it could somehow carry the weight of the closeness I was missing. With nowhere else to put the feeling, I finally let your name leave my lips in the darkness. I miserably toss in bed and cry aloud your precious name. My longing is burning, every breath keeps calling for you again. My heart is restless, nothing in this room can quiet what I feel. My tears are honest, they come because your absence reaches somewhere deep. My arms are empty, and all I want is the warmth that belongs between us. My desire is helpless, I cannot hide how badly I need your closeness tonight. I miserably toss in bed and cry aloud your precious name. I finally drifted off for a little while, then woke with my hand reaching across the mattress before I was fully awake. For one sweet second I thought you were beside me, until the empty space brought me back to the quiet room. I sat against the headboard and breathed slowly, trying to settle the ache that had gathered beneath my ribs. Then I found a small cloth you had left behind, holding it against my face while tears slipped down without permission. I smiled through them when I remembered your teasing, the way you could make me laugh even when I was determined to stay serious. That memory softened everything inside me, turning my restless night into something tender instead of unbearable. I lay down again with the cloth beside my cheek, finally accepting that missing you could be painful and beautiful at the same time. aloud your precious name. My longing is burning, every breath keeps calling for you again. My heart is restless, nothing in this room can quiet what I feel. My tears are honest, they come because your absence reaches somewhere deep. My arms are empty, and all I want is the warmth that belongs between us. My desire is helpless, I cannot hide how badly I need your closeness tonight. I miserably toss in bed and cry aloud your precious name. Then the first pale light touched the curtain, and I heard your voice arrive through the silence before I could see you. You asked if I had slept well, and I laughed softly, because we both knew the answer without needing an explanation. When your hand finally reached for mine, every restless hour suddenly felt smaller than the warmth moving through my fingers. I pulled you close and rested my face against your chest, letting the tears come one last time, because the waiting was finally over. I miserably toss in bed and cry aloud your precious name. My longing is burning, every breath keeps calling for you again. My heart is restless, nothing in this room can quiet what I feel. My tears are honest, they come because your absence reaches somewhere deep. My arms are empty, and all I want is the warmth that belongs between us. My desire is helpless, I cannot hide how badly I need your closeness tonight. I miserably toss in bed and cry aloud your precious name. Your coat still hangs behind the bedroom door, and I reach for it whenever the evening becomes too quiet. A trace of your familiar scent remains in the fabric, soft enough to miss unless I bring it close to my face. I sit on the floor beside the doorway, holding that coat, while my fingers follow the seams you touched so many times. The room has changed since you left, even the chair feels too large when there is nobody sitting there with me. I find a receipt tucked inside one pocket from a small meal we shared on a day neither of us thought would become so precious. I read the faded words twice, then smiled, because I can still hear the way you joked about what we ordered. For a while I simply stayed there, letting that familiar scent bring back a closeness my hands can no longer reach. Is all you sadly left behind. My tears come quietly when that little trace brings your face back to mine. My arms feel empty, yet your presence seems to linger where you once stood. My heart feels fragile, every breath carries a piece of what I cannot hold. My longing grows deeper whenever the fabric brushes softly against my skin. My love stays tender, because even this small reminder still feels like you. A lingering next morning I opened the windows wide, hoping fresh air would carry the heaviness out of the room. Instead I found myself searching for that familiar trace, afraid that one day even the scent would disappear completely. I watched the cup you used last, then placed it back on the shelf, without knowing why I could not put it away. Your old scarf was folded near the mirror, and I touched it gently before bringing it against my neck. For a moment I imagined you standing behind me, teasing me about keeping things that should have been packed away. I laughed at the thought through wet eyes, because even now you could still bring a little warmth into a lonely morning. Then I folded the scarf carefully and placed it beside the coat, keeping the two small reminders together as if they belong that way. A lingering familiar scent is all you sadly left behind. My tears come quietly when that little trace brings your face back to mine. My arms feel empty, yet your presence seems to linger where you once stood. My heart feels fragile, every breath carries a piece of what I cannot hold. My longing grows deeper whenever the fabric brushes softly against my skin. My love stays tender, because even this small reminder still feels like you. A lingering familiar scent is all you sadly left behind. I once thought I needed every part of you beside me. Now I understand how one small trace can open an entire room inside my heart. The scent is fading slowly, but the tenderness is not. It has settled into the way I speak, the way I smile, the way I still care. I hold the coat one last time and breathe deeply, letting the ache rise without allowing it to erase the sweetness. Then I fold it away with gentle hands, grateful that something so simple could carry so much of the person I love. A lingering familiar scent is all you sadly left behind. My tears come quietly when that little trace brings your face back to mine. My arms feel empty, yet your presence seems to linger where you once stood. My heart feels fragile, every breath carries a piece of what I cannot hold. My longing grows deeper whenever the fabric brushes softly against my skin. My love stays tender, because even this small reminder still feels like you. A lingering familiar scent is all you sadly left behind. Filled the room with soft voicing, and I kept my hands folded tightly so nobody could see them shaking. Someone asked whether I had eaten anything. I nodded quickly, even though my stomach had been closed since sunrise. I watched the cups being passed around the room, pretending to listen while my mind stayed with the last words you said to me. A relative touched my shoulder with care, and I managed a small smile because I did not know how to explain the storm underneath it. When everyone looked away for a moment, I pressed my lips together and breathed slowly until my eyes stop betraying me. I stepped outside beneath the quiet sky, letting the cool air touch my face while I fought the tears gathering again. Then I returned to the room with a calmer expression, carrying everything inside because I was not ready to let the grief become visible. I forcefully swallow my sobs to hide this paralyzing grief. My chest is breaking quietly while I keep my face composed for everyone around me. My tears are trapped inside because saying your absence aloud makes it feel too real. My hands are trembling badly, yet I keep pretending that I can carry this weight alone. My heart is exhausted, still searching for somewhere safe to release everything I have buried. My silence is hurting me, but beneath it all, my love for you remains painfully alive. I forcefully swallow my sobs to hide this paralyzing grief. After the room became empty again, I sat on the floor and finally stopped pretending that I was fine. The cloth beside me still carried a faint trace of the day, and touching it made my breath catch before the first tear fell. I covered my mouth with both hands, afraid that once one sob escaped, every hidden feeling would follow behind it. For a long while I stayed there without moving, allowing the silence to hear what I had refused to say around other people. Then I opened the small drawer where I kept our private things, finding a folded note that made my whole body soften. I read it slowly through blurred eyes, smiling at one familiar phrase before pressing the paper against my heart. That was the first time I let myself cry without restraint, and somehow the release left enough room inside me to breathe again. I forcefully swallow my sobs to hide this paralyzing grief. My chest is breaking quietly while I keep my face composed for everyone around me. My tears are trapped inside because saying your absence aloud makes it feel too real. My hands are trembling badly, yet I keep pretending that I can carry this weight alone. My heart is exhausted, still searching for somewhere safe to release everything I have buried. My silence is hurting me, but beneath it all, my love for you remains painfully alive. I forcefully swallow my sobs to hide this paralyzing grief. Then I understood that hiding every tear was not protecting the love we shared. It was only making the weight harder for my own heart to carry. Your memory did not need a strong face from me. It deserved the honest woman who had laughed, touched, trusted, and loved without holding back. So I stopped covering my mouth and let the deepest cry rise from the place where I had kept it buried. When the room became quiet again, I felt strangely lighter, as though grieving openly had finally given my love somewhere to breathe. I forcefully swallow my sobs to hide this paralyzing grief. My chest is breaking quietly while I keep my face composed for everyone around me. My tears are trapped inside because saying your absence aloud makes it feel too real. My hands are trembling badly, yet I keep pretending that I can carry this weight alone. My heart is exhausted, still searching for somewhere safe to release everything I have buried. My silence is hurting me, but beneath it all, my love for you remains painfully alive. I forcefully swallow my sobs to hide this paralyzing grief. Since you left this morning, and I keep glancing toward it whenever the house settles down. Your unfinished breakfast is still on the table, a small ordinary thing that suddenly feels precious because it belongs to our life. I fold the cloth you used before leaving, smiling at the little crease where your hand had pressed it. The hours seem unusually slow without your laughter. Even simple chores take longer when there is nobody beside me. I find myself saving little things to tell you later, because talking to you about my day has become part of how I feel whole. As evening draws near, I tidy the room again, wanting everything ready for the moment your footsteps finally return. And deep inside I keep one simple wish alive: let tonight bring that familiar warmth back into my arms. Fully back to life. My longing is aching, I need your presence close enough to calm this restless heart. My heart is waiting for the sound of your laughter, filling these quiet rooms again. My warmth is fading until your arms remind me how good it feels to belong beside you. My joy is calling for one long embrace that makes this distance disappear. My whole heart is ready to breathe again when your familiar footsteps reach our door. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. Night settles gently over the house, and I leave the front light glowing a little longer than usual. I prepare something simple for us to share, tasting it twice because I know exactly how you like it. Your favorite place at the table stays empty, yet I keep smiling whenever I picture you pulling out the chair. Change the sheets and smooth your side carefully, imagining the moment you finally stretch out beside me. Then I sit near the entrance with my hands folded, listening for every sound beyond the walls. When a familiar step finally reaches the path, my whole body rises before I even realize I have moved. The door opens and there you are, and suddenly the long day becomes worth every quiet minute. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. My longing is aching, I need your presence close enough to calm this restless heart. My heart is waiting for the sound of your laughter, filling these quiet rooms again. My warmth is fading until your how good it feels to belong beside. My joy is calling for one long embrace that makes this distance disappear. My whole heart is ready to breathe again when your familiar footsteps reach our door. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. The moment you step inside, I forget the words I had prepared. I simply hold you close and stay there longer than either of us expected. Your hand moves gently across my back, and the tension I carried all day begins, leaving my body. I close my eyes against your shoulder, grateful for the quiet relief of having the person I love within reach again. Then I lift my face and smile, because home was never only these walls. It was this feeling of being beside you again. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. My longing is aching. I need your presence close enough to calm this restless heart. My heart is waiting for the sound of your laughter, filling these quiet rooms again. My warmth is fading until your arms remind me how good it feels to belong beside you. My joy is calling for one long embrace that makes this distance disappear. My whole heart is ready to breathe again when your familiar footsteps reach our door. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. I remember the afternoon when someone pulled me aside. Their voice was gentle on the surface, but every sentence carried doubt. They spoke about things I had never done, and I felt my chest tighten, because they were trying to place suspicion between us. I went looking for you before the evening ended, carrying those ugly words inside me, even though I knew they were not mine. You saw my face before I explained anything, then made room beside you and waited for me to speak without rushing a single word. I told you everything I had heard, watching your expression carefully, while my fingers twisted together in my lap. You reached for my hand after I finished, and that simple gesture told me you had heard my heart, not just the story they brought to you. I left that conversation lighter than I arrived, because being truly known felt stronger than being believed by everyone else. They whisper lies to tear our bond apart. My soul knows my truth. My desire stays clear. Nothing false can enter what we share. Believe my tears, believe my touch. Every private moment has spoken for me. Trust my heart, trust my hands. They have never carried another story. Keep me close, my darling. I need no witness when your eyes already understand me. Choose what we know, sweetheart. Let their empty words disappear outside our door. They whisper lies to tear our bond apart. My sultan knows my truth. A few nights later, another rumor reached us. This time I could see how easily a false story can grow when people keep feeding it. I almost became angry enough to answer them, but you touched my wrist and asked me to sit down beside you first. We stayed there through the silence, and I slowly realized I did not have to defend every part of myself to people who had already decided what to believe. You asked me one honest question, and I answered from the deepest place in me without leaving anything hidden. Then you smiled in that quiet way I had come to recognize, not because the gossip was harmless, but because you knew the woman sitting beside you. I rested my forehead against your shoulder, letting the last bit of doubt leave me, while your fingers moved gently across my back. By the time we stood again, I felt no need to chase their approval, because the truth between us was already alive. They whisper lies to tear our bond apart. My sultan knows my truth. My heart stays honest, my desire stays clear. Nothing false can enter what we share. Believe my tears, believe my touch, every private moment is spoken for me. Trust my heart, trust my hands, they have never carried another story. Keep me close, my darling, I need no witness when your eyes already understand me. Choose what we know, sweetheart, let their empty words disappear outside our door. They whisper lies to tear our bond apart. My sultan knows my truth. I used to think being loved meant being defended against every voice. Now I know it can also mean being understood before the explanation is finished. You knew the way I looked when I was telling the truth. You knew the pauses in my voice, the way my hands moved when I was afraid. They whisper lies to tear our bond apart. My sultan knows my truth. My heart stays honest, my desire stays clear. Nothing false can enter what we share. Believe my tears, believe my touch, every private moment has spoken for me. Trust my heart, trust my hands, they have never carried another story. Keep me close, my darling, I need no witness when your eyes already understand. Choose what we know, sweetheart, let their empty words disappear outside our door. They whisper lies to tear our bond apart. My sultan knows my truth. Your shirt was hanging over the chair that morning, and I smiled because you had rushed out before finishing your tea. A small plate sat beside the window, still carrying the crumbs from the breakfast we had shared, while laughing about nothing. You came back through the doorway looking for your keys, and I watched you search the same table 3 times before finding them beneath your hand. When you finally noticed me smiling, you shook your head and pulled me into a quick embrace before hurrying away again. That little interruption stayed with me all day, because happiness had somehow become woven into the most ordinary parts of living. By evening you return carrying fruit from the roadside, placing it in my hands with the quiet thoughtfulness that had become familiar. I cut the first piece and offered it to you, and that tiny exchange felt more intimate than any grand promise could have been. They deeply covet this pure love, because their own romances die. They can watch our laughter, but they cannot live the little moments that created it. They can envy our closeness, but they cannot borrow the history held inside these hands. This joy is precious, this bond is private. It carries every quiet choice that brought us here. Let them desire what they see. I will keep cherishing what only we understand. My heart feels full, my happiness feels real. No outside longing can take its place. They deeply covet this pure love, because their own romances die. Your laughter filled the kitchen while I struggled with a stubborn jar, and you stood there enjoying my determination before offering help. I refused at first and tried again, then finally handed it over while pretending I had never wanted assistance. You opened it with one easy twist, and the look on your face made me laugh until I had to lean against the counter. We shared what was inside without plates or ceremony, standing close together while the afternoon moved quietly around us. Then your fingers brushed a little food from the corner of my mouth, and I went still for a second because the gesture felt unexpectedly tender. You noticed my silence and smiled, so I rested my head against your shoulder and let that small closeness speak for me. Nothing dramatic happened after that, yet the simplicity of those minutes became another piece of the life I would never trade away. They deeply covet this pure love, because their own romances die. They can watch our laughter, but they cannot live the little moments that created it. They can envy our closeness, but they cannot borrow the history held inside these hands. This joy is precious, this bond is private. It carries every quiet choice that brought us here. Let them desire what they see. I will keep cherishing what only we understand. My heart feels full, my happiness feels real. No outside longing can take its place. They deeply covet this pure love, because their own romances die. Perhaps that is what makes their envy so helpless. They are looking at something that cannot be separated from the life that made it. They see two people smiling together, but they cannot see the thousand small acts that taught our hearts how to fit. They see the warmth between us, but they were never there for the quiet mornings, shared meals, playful mistakes, and gentle forgiveness. And standing beside you now, I understand that our happiness was never something waiting to be found. It was something we kept creating together. They deeply covet this pure love, because their own romances die. They can watch our laughter, but they cannot live the little moments that created it. They can envy our closeness, but they cannot borrow the history held inside these hands. This joy is precious, this bond is private. It carries every quiet choice that brought us here. Let them desire what they see. I will keep cherishing what only we understand. 'cause their own romances died. The room was full of knowing looks that evening, yet I kept my attention on the way you were folding the little note I had given you. You tucked it carefully into your pocket, then caught me watching and gave me that private smile that always changes my whole face. Someone tried to make a joke about us, but I only moved closer and brushed a little dust from your shoulder. You whispered something that made me laugh, and suddenly I forgot there were other people listening. Your hand found the small of my back as we walked away, steady enough to make me feel wanted without making a scene. Outside I looked up at you and shook my head, wondering how anyone couldn't mistake what we shared for something temporary. You laughed when I said that, then kissed my forehead so gently that I carried the feeling with me for the rest of the night. Triumphant in their face, for you are beautifully mine. My desire burns brightly, every private touch still sends a thrill through me. My heart feels chosen, and I no longer hide how deeply I cherish this bond. My joy feels fearless, because your affection has become part of my everyday life. My pride is tender, not cruel. I simply cannot pretend you mean little to me. My happiness feels complete when your eyes meet mine, and everything else becomes quiet. I laugh triumphant in their face, for you are beautifully mine. You were sitting outside later that night, rubbing your hands together, and I brought you something warm without saying what I had noticed. You looked surprised when I placed it beside you, then pulled me down to sit beside you instead of taking it from my hands. We spoke about nothing important for a while, yet every few seconds one of us would start smiling for no reason. I traced the edge of your sleeve with my fingertips, enjoying the strange comfort of being close without needing to fill every silence. You turned toward me and asked what I was thinking, so I admitted that I still felt lucky whenever I caught myself watching you. You laughed softly and lowered your eyes, and that shy little reaction made my chest feel wonderfully full. Before we went inside, you reached for my hand first, and I followed you with a smile I could not possibly hide. I laughed triumphant in their face, for you are beautifully mine. My desire burns brightly, every private touch still sends a thrill through me. My heart feels chosen, and I no longer hide how deeply I cherish this bond. My joy feels fearless, because your affection has become part of my everyday life. My pride is tender, not cruel. I simply cannot pretend you mean little to me. My happiness feels complete when your eyes meet mine, and everything else becomes quiet. I laugh triumphant in their face, for you are beautifully mine. There is something powerful about loving without lowering my voice. Not because I need to defeat anyone, but because I am finally unafraid of being seen. You have become part of the way I move through ordinary days. The smile before I answer, the thought that catches me unexpectedly, the warmth that stays after you leave. And if anyone wonders why I look so happy, I do not need a clever answer when the truth is already sitting beside me. I can simply take your hand and let my face tell the whole story. This is the happiness I chose, and I am proud to hold it close. I laugh triumphant in their face, for you are beautifully mine. My desire burns brightly, every private touch still sends a thrill through me. My heart feels chosen, and I no longer hide how deeply I cherish this bond. My joy feels fearless, because your affection has become part of my everyday life. My pride is tender, not cruel. I simply cannot pretend you mean little to me. My happiness feels complete when your eyes meet mine, and everything else becomes quiet. I laugh triumphant in their face, for you are beautifully mine. Your side of the room stayed untouched that evening, and I caught myself looking there each time I crossed the floor. The cup you had used was still near the sink, so I held it for a second before washing it, smiling at how strange that felt. I opened the curtain and stood by the doorway, watching the last light disappear, while wishing I could hear your footsteps outside. My phone rested beside me on the cushion, yet I kept turning it over, because waiting for your message made the minutes feel longer. I lay beneath the sheets and stretched across the empty space, finding nothing where your shoulder usually rested against mine. A soft laugh escaped me when I imagined your sleepy face, and suddenly the room felt both familiar and unbearably quiet. Before closing my eyes, I whispered your name into the darkness, hoping somehow those few words could shorten the distance between us. Utterly undone, I ache for your nearness. Every quiet hour feels longer without your warmth. My longing runs deep, I want your arms around me before another night begins. My body misses your closeness, even sleep feels incomplete without your breathing nearby. My heart needs your presence, not tomorrow, not someday, but in this very moment. Come back to my arms, darling. I have so much tenderness waiting for you here. The lonely distance feels so vast and leaves me utterly undone. Morning arrived before I was ready, and the empty place beside me made the new day feel strangely unfinished. I made enough tea for two without thinking, then smiled sadly at my own habit and carried both cups to the table. Your last voice note played while I prepared breakfast, and hearing your sleepy laugh made me close my eyes for a moment. I pressed my palm against the chair you had used, remembering how you once leaned back there while telling me about your day. The hours moved slowly after that, each familiar corner seeming to hold some small trace of your presence. When evening came, I changed into the soft clothes you always liked, then sat near the doorway and imagined you walking through it. At last your message arrived, saying you were coming soon, and the relief that filled me was so sudden I began laughing to myself. The lonely distance feels so vast and leaves me utterly undone. I ache for your nearness, every quiet hour feels longer without your warmth. My longing runs deep, I want your arms around me before another night begins. My body misses your closeness, even sleep feels incomplete without your breathing nearby. My heart needs your presence, not tomorrow, not someday, but in this very moment. Come back to my arms, darling, I have so much tenderness waiting for you here. The lonely distance feels so vast and leaves me utterly undone. Then the sound of your steps finally reached me, and every restless thought inside me seemed to loosen at once. I opened the door and saw your face, forgetting all the words I had planned to say during those long hours apart. You dropped your things beside the doorway, and I ran into your arms before either of us could laugh about how much I had missed you. Your cheek rested against mine while I held you tightly, and in that embrace I understood how deeply your presence had become part of my everyday life. The lonely distance feels so vast and leaves me utterly undone. I ache for your nearness, every quiet hour feels longer without your warmth. My longing runs deep, I want your arms around me before another night begins. My body misses your closeness, even sleep feels incomplete without your breathing nearby. My heart needs your presence, not tomorrow, not someday, but in this very moment. Come back to my arms, darling, I have so much tenderness waiting for you here. The lonely distance feels so vast and leaves me utterly undone. Your fingertips brushed mine while we waited quietly, and one small touch sent a sudden warmth through my whole body. I looked away for a second, smiling to myself, because you noticed exactly what that closeness had done to me. You leaned nearer while we talked, leaving barely any space between our shoulders as your voice became softer. My hand settled naturally against your chest, feeling your heartbeat beneath my palm while you watched my face. Neither of us needed to hurry that moment. The silence itself felt intimate enough to keep us there. You traced the back of my hand with one finger, and I felt my breath change before I could hide it. When our foreheads finally met, I closed my eyes and let myself enjoy how deeply I wanted you near me. For your electric touch, like barren deserts crave the rain. My desire is burning. Every gentle contact wakes something tender in me. My body feels restless, longing for the warmth that only closeness can bring. My heart is hungry for the slow affection that makes me forget everything else. My breath turns shaky whenever your fingertips move softly across my skin. My whole being surrenders when your arms pull me into that familiar warmth. I thirst for your electric touch, like barren deserts crave the rain. You sat behind me while I fixed my hair, and your hand briefly rested against my shoulder before slipping away. I caught your eyes in the reflection, and the quiet smile between us said more than either of us needed to say. You moved closer and kissed my cheek, leaving me still for a moment as I felt the warmth of your lips. I turned toward you slowly, letting my hand settle around your waist, while our laughter faded into a softer silence. Your forehead touched mine again, and I could feel the steady rhythm of your breathing matching mine. We stayed like that without rushing anywhere, simply enjoying the closeness we had both been quietly wanting. When you finally kissed me again, I held you longer than before, unwilling to let that beautiful feeling end too quickly. I thirst for your electric touch, like barren deserts crave the rain. My desire is burning. Every gentle contact wakes something tender in me. My body feels restless, longing for the warmth that only closeness can bring. My heart is hungry for the slow affection that makes me forget everything else. My breath turns shaky whenever your fingertips move softly across my skin. My whole being surrenders when your arms pull me into that familiar warmth. I thirst for your electric touch, like barren deserts crave the rain. I used to hide how strongly I felt these moments, afraid that showing my desire would make the tenderness less beautiful. But there was nothing shameful in wanting you close, not when every touch carried patience, care, and a tenderness I could trust. So when you reached for me again, I stopped holding my breath and let my heart answer without hesitation. That was the moment I understood my desire completely. It was not only hunger for touch, but the deep comfort of being wanted with tenderness. I thirst for your electric touch, like barren deserts crave the rain. My desire is burning. Every gentle contact wakes something tender in me. My body feels restless, longing for the warmth that only closeness can bring. My heart is hungry for the slow affection that makes me forget everything else. My breath turns shaky whenever your fingertips move softly across my skin. My whole being surrenders when your arms pull me into that familiar warmth. I thirst for your electric touch, like barren deserts crave the rain. rain had been tapping against the roof all afternoon, and I sat near the doorway with my hands wrapped around a warm cup. The day had left me tired and unusually quiet, carrying little disappointments I did not have the energy to explain. You came home and noticed before I said anything, then placed your things down and sat beside me without asking questions. I rested my head against your shoulder while your thumb moved slowly across my hand in that patient way you have. After a while you made me laugh about something completely foolish, and the heaviness I had carried began to loosen. We shared the last pieces of fruit from the bowl, talking softly until the rain became nothing more than a distant sound. By bedtime I felt lighter than when the evening began, simply because you had stayed close enough for me to breathe freely again. Bitter, cold and harsh, but you remain my fireplace. My comfort runs deep whenever your quiet kindness meets the parts of me that feel warm. My heart feels sheltered when your steady presence gives my tired thoughts somewhere to rest. My warmth returns slowly when your gentle affection reaches me without asking anything back. My trust feels sacred because I can bring my weakest moments and still feel completely accepted. My gratitude burns brightly for the simple way your closeness makes this life easier to carry. The world is bitter, cold and harsh, but you remain my fireplace. There was a morning when everything seemed to go wrong at once, and I nearly gave up on the plans I had made for the day. I stood by the table staring at the mess, while you quietly began putting things back where they belong. You did not tell me to stop worrying, you simply worked beside me until the room no longer felt overwhelming. When I finally sat down, you brought me a bowl of warm food, placing it in front of me with that familiar little smile. I took the first bite and looked at you, realizing how often your care arrives through things so small they could easily be missed. You pulled a chair closer and stayed through the whole meal, listening while I emptied my thoughts without being judged. By the time we finished eating, I felt ready to face the day again. Not because anything had magically changed, but because I was no longer carrying it alone. The world is bitter, cold and harsh, but you remain my fireplace. My comfort runs deep whenever your quiet kindness meets the parts of me that feel warm. My heart feels sheltered when your steady presence gives my tired thoughts somewhere to rest. My warmth returns slowly when your gentle affection reaches me without asking anything back. My trust feels sacred because I can bring my weakest moments and still feel completely accepted. My gratitude burns brightly for the simple way your closeness makes this life easier to carry. The world is bitter, cold and harsh, but you remain my fireplace. I used to believe strength meant handling everything alone, until your tenderness showed me another kind of courage. You never needed to rescue every difficult day. Sometimes you simply sat beside me and made the weight feel smaller. That changed something deep inside me. I stopped being ashamed of needing warmth, reassurance, and a place to soften. Now when the outside world feels too hard, I know exactly where my heart can come down gently. The world is bitter, cold, and harsh, but you remain my fireplace. My comfort runs deep whenever your quiet kindness meets the parts of me that feel warm. My heart feels sheltered when your steady presence gives my tired thoughts somewhere to rest. My warmth returns slowly when your gentle affection reaches me without asking anything back. My trust feels sacred because I can bring my weakest moments and still feel completely accepted. My gratitude burns brightly for the simple way your closeness makes this life easier to carry. The world is bitter, cold, and harsh, but you remain my fireplace. The day came carrying more trouble than I could name, and I found you sitting quietly, reading the worry on my face. I dropped my bag beside the chair and sighed. You reached for my hand before I had even found the words to explain. I told you everything that had gone wrong, and you listened without interrupting or making my fears feel foolish. When my voice became unsteady halfway through the story, you moved closer and waited until I could finish. I leaned against you for a while, feeling the slow rise and fall of your breathing beneath my cheek. You did not promise that every problem would disappear. You simply reminded me that I would not have to face the next morning feeling alone. That small certainty settled inside me, and for the first time that day I felt strong enough to lift my head. The giants fall, the mountains shake, yet undisturbed your shoulders stand. My courage awakens whenever your steady presence meets my trembling hands. My trust grows stronger because you never turn away when life becomes difficult. My heart feels protected, not from every storm, but from facing the hard days without tenderness. My strength comes rising when your calm gives mine a place to begin again. My faith feels certain because beside you I can face what once seemed impossible. The giants fall, the mountains shake, yet undisturbed your shoulders stand. One late afternoon, I found you repairing the old gate, your hands covered with dust while you patiently worked through a stubborn hinge. I teased you about taking so long, and you laughed before asking me to hold the loose piece in place. We worked together until the light began to soften, passing the tools between us and celebrating when the gate finally moved properly. You wiped your forehead with your sleeve, then looked at me with that quiet satisfaction that always makes me smile. I brought you water and sat nearby, watching you inspect the repair one final time before standing back. There was something deeply reassuring in that ordinary scene. You did not rush when something resisted you, and you did not lose yourself when it became difficult. I reached for your dusty hand before we went inside, proud of the patient strength I had seen in you that afternoon. The giants fall, the mountains shake, yet undisturbed your shoulders stand. My courage awakens whenever your steady presence meets my trembling hands. My trust grows stronger because you never turn away when life becomes difficult. My heart feels protected, not from every storm, but from facing the hard days without tenderness. My strength comes rising when your calm gives mine a place to begin again. My faith feels certain because beside you I can face what once seemed impossible. The giants fall, the mountains shake, yet undisturbed your shoulders stand. There came a moment when I finally understood what drew me so deeply towards you. It was never the absence of difficulty, but the way you remained yourself inside it. When everything around us demanded panic, you gave me patience without pretending that the struggle was small. I placed both hands against your chest and looked into your eyes, feeling a deep gratitude rise beyond anything I could comfortably say. Then I held you tightly, knowing that the safest strength I had ever known was the kind that still left room for tenderness. The giants fall, the mountains shake, yet undisturbed your shoulders stand. My courage awakens whenever your steady presence meets my trembling hand. My trust grows stronger because you never turn away when life becomes difficult. My heart feels protected, not from every storm, but from facing the hard days without tenderness. My strength comes rising when your calm gives mine a place to begin again. My faith feels certain because beside you I can face what once seemed impossible. The giants fall, the mountains shake, yet undisturbed your shoulders stand. The room was dim and quiet that evening, and I almost pulled my sleeve down when you noticed the marks on my arm. You gently caught my wrist before I could hide them, looking at me with a softness that made embarrassment leave my face. Your fingers followed one old scar carefully, never pressing hard, never making me feel like something needed to be fixed. I told you where it came from in a low voice, and you listened without turning the moment into questions I could not answer. Then your thumb rested beside the mark, while your eyes stayed on mine as though the scar had changed nothing about the way you saw me. You brought my hand toward your lips and kissed my skin, and that simple tenderness made my throat tighten with unexpected emotion. I let my sleeve fall back into place afterward, Not because I was ashamed, but because I no longer felt the need to hide from you. You trace the scars upon my skin and kiss away the bitter pain. My tenderness opens where old wounds once made me afraid of being seen. My body feels worthy when your gentle hands treat every mark with care. My trust feels deeper because you never make my history something I should conceal. My breathing grows softer whenever your lips turn an old memory into a moment of kindness. My heart feels accepted even in the places I once struggled to accept myself. You trace the scars upon my skin and kiss away the bitter pain. Another night found us sitting close together, and I finally showed you the marks I had kept covered for so long. You did not stare at them with pity. Instead you asked if you could touch them, waiting patiently until I gave you my hand. Your fingertips moved along the faint lines, following each one with the care of someone reading something precious. I told you about the years behind them, the foolish choices, difficult days, and moments I had never known how to explain. You listened until my voice became lighter, then placed a warm kiss near one of the oldest marks. I laughed softly through the tears in my eyes, surprised that something I had carried with shame could suddenly feel so human. When I leaned against you afterward, I understood that being loved gently can change the way a person looks at their own reflection. You trace the scars upon my skin and kiss away the bitter pain. My tenderness opens where old wounds once made me afraid of being seen. My body feels worthy when your gentle hands treat every mark with care. My trust feels deeper because you never make my history something I should conceal. My breathing grows softer whenever your lips turn an old memory into a moment of kindness. My heart feels accepted even in the places I once struggled to accept myself. You trace the scars upon my skin and kiss away the bitter pain. I used to think those marks were the parts of me nobody should touch. But your patience taught me that tenderness does not ask a person to have perfect skin. When you kissed each place without fear, I felt something inside me finally stop fighting the woman looking back from the mirror. I held your face between my hands and cried against your cheek, not from the old hurt, but from the relief of being completely unashamed beside you. And when you pulled me close, I knew those scars would always be part of my story, but they would never again decide how worthy I felt of being loved. You trace the scars upon my skin and kiss away the bitter pain. My tenderness opens where old wounds once made me afraid of being seen. My body feels worthy when your gentle hands treat every mark with care. My trust feels deep because you never make my history something I should conceal. My breathing grows softer whenever your lips turn an old memory into a moment of kindness. My heart feels accepted even in the places I once struggled to accept myself. You trace the scars upon my skin the bitter pain. The afternoon had drained every bit of strength from me. I came through the door and dropped my bag without even taking off my shoes. You noticed my tired face from across the room, then brought me a glass of water and sat beside me without asking what had happened. I drank slowly while you watched, your quiet patience giving me space to let the day settle inside me. When I finally spoke about everything that had gone wrong, you listened with your fingers loosely wrapped around mine. I leaned back and closed my eyes, feeling the tension leave my shoulders as your thumb moved gently across my knuckles. You made me smile with one silly comment, and for the first time since morning, my body stopped feeling so heavy. I stayed beside you until the evening softened, grateful for the little pocket of peace your presence had created around me. You are the oasis I crave, inside a barren, breathless land. My comfort runs deep whenever your kindness gives my tired heart somewhere to rest. My thirst is honest, I need the softness that appears whenever you are near me. My spirit feels renewed when your gentle affection reaches me after a difficult day. My body relaxes completely when your arms make the world outside feel far away. My heart drinks deeply from every quiet moment that lets me feel cared for again. You are the oasis I crave, inside a barren, breathless land. One evening I came home unusually silent, and you could tell from the way I placed my keys down that something had changed. You did not rush me into conversation. Instead you warmed some food and left it beside me while I gathered myself. I took a few bites before finally looking at you, then admitted that I had spent the whole day pretending everything was fine. You pulled your chair closer, and I told you about the little things that had worn me down one after another. When my voice became quiet, you reached across the table and squeezed my hand twice. I smiled because you knew exactly what that gesture meant. No speech, no advice, just a simple reminder that I was not facing the evening by myself. Afterward we sat outside for a while, sharing pieces of fruit and watching the darkness arrive without needing to say much more. You are the oasis I crave, inside a barren, breathless land. My comfort runs deep whenever your kindness gives my tired heart somewhere to rest. My thirst is honest, I need the softness that appears whenever you are near me. My spirit feels renewed when your gentle affection reaches me after a difficult. My body relaxes completely when your arms make the world outside feel far away. My heart drinks deeply from every quiet moment that lets me feel cared for again. You are the oasis I crave inside a barren, breathless land. There was a moment when I realized what your presence had become. Not an escape from my life, but the place where I could finally put my guard down. I touched your face and smiled, because you had never demanded that I arrive happy before, allowing me to feel loved. You simply made room for every version of me, the tired woman, the laughing woman, the quiet woman who sometimes needed nothing more than your arms. And when I rested against you that night, I felt refreshed enough to return to the world with my heart still open. You are the oasis I crave, inside a barren, breathless land. My comfort runs deep whenever your kindness gives my tired heart somewhere to rest. My thirst is honest, I need the softness that appears whenever you are near me. My spirit feels renewed when your gentle affection reaches me after a difficult. My body relaxes completely when your arms make the world outside feel far away. My heart drinks deeply from every quiet moment that lets me feel cared for again. You are the oasis I crave inside a barren, breathless land. Your message arrived before sunrise, and I smiled beneath the blanket, because I knew exactly what those few words would do to my morning. I read it twice beside the window, then pressed the phone against my chest, as though the warmth in those words could stay there longer. By breakfast I was still carrying that smile, the kind that appears without permission and makes ordinary work feel strangely lighter. Someone noticed and asked what had changed, but I only lowered my eyes, knowing there are parts of happiness that feel too personal to explain. Later you came through the doorway carrying bread, and I laughed because you had remembered the little thing I always ask for when I am hungry. You placed it beside my plate and kissed my forehead, then sat across from me while I watched you eat the meal we had prepared together. That quiet morning gave me my answer. Whatever anyone says about us, I know exactly where my heart has chosen to remain. Let bitter rivals curse my name, for I alone command your love. My confidence is burning, I will not surrender what we have freely given each other. My devotion stands fearless, no jealous voice can rewrite the truth inside my heart. My desire stays certain, I know the tenderness waiting for me when our private door closes. My pride feels honest, because this precious place was earned through trust and countless quiet choices. My heart belongs nowhere else, I have no reason to question the happiness I hold so close. Let bitter rise clothes and you sat on the floor beside me instead of taking the easy chair. I held up one shirt and asked whether you still liked it. You laughed and said you remembered the first time you saw me wearing it. That answer caught me off guard, because I had forgotten the moment entirely, while you had quietly carried it all this time. We spent the next hour opening boxes, discovering small pieces of our shared history that had been tucked away and nearly forgotten. A faded piece of fabric brought back a private joke, and soon we were laughing so loudly that I had tears gathering at the corners of my eyes. You reached over and wiped one away with your thumb, then smiled at me as though seeing that happiness was enough for you. When the boxes were finally closed, I felt certain that nobody outside our life could ever understand what those little memories mean to us. Let bitter rivals curse my name, for I alone commend your love. My confidence is burning, I will not surrender what we have freely given each other. My devotion stands fearless, no jealous voice can rewrite the truth inside my heart. My desire stays certain, I know the tenderness waiting for me when our private door closes. My pride feels honest, because this precious place was earned through trust and countless quiet choices. My heart belongs nowhere else, I have no reason to question the happiness I hold so close. Let bitter rivals curse my name, for I alone commend your love. I used to wonder whether other people's opinions could stain something this personal, until I learned that certainty grows from what two people actually live. They can judge the smile on my face, but they cannot measure the private happiness behind it. Let bitter rivals curse my name, for I alone commend your love. My confidence is burning, I will not surrender what we have freely given each other. My devotion stands fearless, no jealous voice can rewrite the truth inside my heart. My desire stays certain, I know the tenderness waiting for me when our private door closes. My pride feels honest, because this precious place was earned through trust and countless quiet choices. My heart belongs nowhere else, I have no reason to question the happiness I hold so close. Let bitter rivals curse my name, for I alone commend your love. The night I barely settled when I pulled back the blanket, and my hand landed on the pillow you used before you left. I lifted it without thinking and held it against my face. Then the familiar scent caught me so suddenly that my eyes filled with tears. For a few seconds I stayed completely still, breathing slowly as your presence seemed to return through something as simple as cotton. I turned toward the empty side of the bed, expecting to find your arm resting there the way it usually did. fingers moved across the sheet where your head had been, following a faint crease that made the loneliness feel painfully real. I whispered that I missed you before covering my mouth, because hearing my own voice in that quiet room made everything feel closer. Eventually, I lay down beside the pillow again, holding it near my cheek while the tears slipped down without another sound. The empty pillow smells of you and leaves me weeping in the dark. My longing is fierce. One familiar breath can tear open every feeling I keep beneath my heart. My loneliness is aching. This bed feels too wide when there is no warmth beside me. My tears are helpless. They fall whenever that gentle scent brings your closeness back. My body remembers the quiet way we used to settle together before sleep took us away. My love feels desperate. I just want your head beside mine and your hand resting where I can find it. The empty pillow smells of you and leaves me weeping in the dark. Near midnight, I changed the pillowcase, hoping the clean fabric would make the room easier to bear. But when I pulled the fresh cover into place, I found myself holding the old one against my chest instead. A tiny laugh escaped me at my own foolishness, because I knew I was treating a piece of bedding like it could answer me. I climbed back under the blanket and faced your side, remembering how you used to steal more space whenever you fell deeply asleep. Sometimes I would push you gently toward the edge, and you would pull me closer instead, still half asleep, and smiling. That little habit came rushing back so clearly. I buried my face in the pillow and cried, because I wanted that ridiculous closeness again. When sleep finally approached, I kept the pillow tucked beneath my arm, as though guarding the last soft trace of you. The empty pillow smells of you and leaves me weeping in the dark. My longing is fierce. One familiar breath can tear open every feeling I keep beneath my heart. My loneliness is aching. This bed feels too wide when there is no warmth beside me. My tears are helpless. They fall whenever that gentle scent brings your closeness back. My body remembers the quiet way we used to settle together before sleep took us away. My love feels desperate. I just want your head beside mine and your hand resting where I can find it. The empty pillow smells of you and leaves me weeping in the dark. Then somewhere before dawn, I stopped fighting the tears, because missing someone deeply is not weakness when that person has become part of your everyday life. I pressed my cheek into the pillow one final time, letting the familiar scent comfort me instead of asking it to replace you. The ache softened, just enough for sleep to come, and I held on to one quiet thought as my eyes finally closed. Soon there would be another night with your head beside mine, and until then, this little reminder could keep me company. The empty pillow smells of you and leaves me weeping in the dark. My longing is fierce. One familiar breath can tear open every feeling together before sleep took us away. My love feels desperate. I just want your head beside mine and your hand resting where I can find it. The empty pillow smells of you and leaves me weeping in the dark. Been quiet since you left this morning, and I keep glancing toward it whenever the house settles down. Your unfinished breakfast is still on the table, a small ordinary thing that suddenly feels precious because it belongs to our life. I fold the cloth you used before leaving, smiling at the little crease where your hand had pressed it. The hours seem unusually slow without your laughter. Even simple chores take longer when there is nobody beside me. I find myself saving little things to tell you later, because talking to you about my day has become part of how I feel whole. As evening draws near, I tidy the room again, wanting everything ready for the moment your footsteps finally return. And deep inside, I keep one simple wish alive: let tonight bring that familiar warmth back into my arms. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. My longing is aching. I need your presence close enough to calm this restless heart. My heart is waiting for the sound of your laughter, filling these quiet rooms again. My warmth is fading until your arms remind me how good it feels to belong beside you. My joy is calling for one long embrace that makes this distance disappear. My whole heart is ready to breathe again when your familiar footsteps reach our door. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. Night settles gently over the house, and I leave the front light glowing a little longer than usual. I prepare something simple for us to share, tasting it twice because I know exactly how you like it. Your favorite place at the table stays empty, yet I keep smiling whenever I picture you pulling out the chair. I change the sheets and smooth your side carefully, imagining the moment you finally stretch out beside me. Then I sit near the entrance with my hands folded, listening for every sound beyond the walls. When a familiar step finally reaches the path, my whole body rises. Before I even realize I have moved, the door opens and there you are. And suddenly the long day becomes worth every quiet minute. Presence close enough to calm this restless heart. My heart is waiting for the sound of your laughter, filling these quiet rooms again. My warmth is fading until your arms remind me how good it feels to belong beside you. My joy is calling for one long embrace that makes this distance disappear. My whole footsteps reach our door. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. The moment you step inside, I forget the words I had prepared. I simply hold you close and stay there longer than either of us expected. Your hand moves gently across my back, and the tension I carried all day begins leaving my body. I close my eyes against your shoulder, grateful for the quiet relief of having the person I love within reach again. Then I lift my face and smile, because home was never only these walls. It was this feeling of being beside you again. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. My longing is aching, I need your presence close enough to calm this restless heart. My heart is waiting for the sound of your laughter, filling these quiet rooms again. My warmth is fading until your arms remind me how good it feels to belong beside you. My joy is calling for one long embrace that makes this distance disappear. My whole heart is ready to breathe again when your familiar footsteps reach our door. Please hurry back to our warm home and bring me fully back to life. The candle had burned almost to its end, and I sat at the table, staring at the little things you had left behind. Your unfinished cup stood beside the plate, reminding me how quickly an ordinary evening had changed. I picked up the sweater you wore earlier, pressing it against my cheek before folding it carefully across the chair. The silence felt different without your jokes. Even the smallest sounds around me seemed to ask where you had gone. I opened the wooden box where we keep our private things, finding the old photograph that always makes me smile. My thumb moved slowly across your face in the picture, and warmth returned for a moment before the emptiness came back. I held that photograph against my chest, wishing I could trade every beautiful memory for one more hour beside you. Because my only love is gone, my chest feels hollow. I keep reaching for a presence that is no longer here. My tears fall freely, because your absence hurts more when everything becomes still. My heart feels stranded. Every precious memory makes me want you closer. My hands keep trembling, remembering the tenderness they held only hours ago. My whole soul is calling. I would give anything for one more quiet moment together. The heavy midnight brings hot tears, because my only love is gone. A cool breeze breeze slipped through the open window, carrying the smell of rain across the room. I stood there for a while listening, remembering how you used to watch storms with that peaceful look on your face. You would make space beside you on the old chair, then complain playfully whenever I took more than my share. I smiled at the thought of it until the truth returned and made that smile disappear. There was still a small mark on the table from our last meal, a harmless little trace of a night that it felt completely normal. I ran my fingers over it slowly, grateful that some pieces of you still lived inside these ordinary details. Then I sat beneath the window alone, letting the tears come without fighting them. Because tonight, my heart had no strength left to pretend. The heavy midnight brings hot tears, because my only love is gone. My chest feels hollow, I keep reaching for a presence that is no longer here. My tears fall freely, because your absence hurts more when everything becomes still. My heart feels stranded, every precious memory makes me want you closer. My hands keep trembling, remembering the tenderness they held only hours ago. My whole soul is calling, I would give anything for one more quiet moment together. The heavy midnight brings hot tears, because my only love is gone. Then I understood what those tears were carrying. Not only the ache of missing you, but gratitude for every ordinary day I was lucky enough to share with you. Your laughter, your stubborn little habits, the way you looked at me across a crowded room, all of it had become part of the woman I am. I cannot make this night shorter, but I can hold our memories gently instead of letting them break me. So I kissed the photograph before setting it down, and promised myself I would carry the warmth of what we had wherever tomorrow takes me. The heavy midnight brings hot tears, because my only love is gone. My chest feels hollow, I keep reaching for a presence that is no longer here. My tears fall freely, because your absence hurts more when everything becomes still. My heart feels stranded, every precious memory makes me want you closer. My hands keep trembling, remembering the tenderness they held only hours ago. My whole soul is calling, I would give anything for one more quiet moment together. The heavy midnight brings hot tears, because my only love is gone. Caught me smiling at the kitchen doorway. I had just watched you dance badly while waiting for the kettle to boil. I laughed when you noticed me, then you pulled me into that ridiculous little dance until neither of us could stay serious. Someone else I later called my happiness foolish, saying I was giving too much of myself to something they did not understand. I almost answered with anger, then thought about the mornings when you quietly made my day easier. without asking to be praised. You know when I need silence and when I need laughter, and somehow you have learned those differences without making me explain them. I have watched you care for me in ways nobody else sees, especially when there is nothing to gain from being gentle. So when they question the choice I made, I do not feel confused anymore, because my own days have given me enough evidence. They confidently say I'm wrong, but I know I am wholly right. My heart feels certain every close embrace has settled the question inside me. My trust runs deeper because your actions have never asked me to pretend. My desire stays honest, I feel it rise whenever your hands meet mine. My choice feels complete, not because others agree, but because I have lived it myself. My soul feels settled, this happiness is something I recognize from the inside. They confidently say I'm wrong, but I know I am wholly right. You once found me sitting alone with my thoughts, and instead of asking what was wrong, you placed a peeled orange beside me. I looked at you and started laughing, because you remembered how I always wanted one when I was thinking too much. You sat across from me while I ate, letting the silence stretch without trying to fill every second. Then I told you what had been bothering me, and you listened until I reached the part I had been afraid to say. Your answer was simple and honest. It did not solve everything, but it made me feel less alone with the decision. I reached across the table and touched your wrist, grateful that you never needed grand gestures to make me feel understood. That ordinary afternoon became proof to me. Sometimes certainty grows quietly through the way someone treats you when nothing special is happening. Embrace has settled the question inside me. My trust runs deeper because your actions have never asked me to pretend. My desire stays honest, I feel it rise whenever your hands meet mine. My choice feels complete, not because others agree, but because I have lived it myself. My soul feels settled, this happiness is something I recognize from the inside. They confidently say I'm wrong, but I know I am wholly right. There was a time when other people's certainty could make me question my own, but I've learned to listen to the life I actually live. Nobody else has felt your hand steady mine when I was overwhelmed. Nobody else has seen the quiet ways we care for one another. They know the outside of our story, while I know the laughter, the awkward moments, the forgiveness, and the tenderness underneath it. So let them call me mistaken if they want. I have never felt more certain than when I am standing beside you. They confidently say I'm wrong, but I know I am wholly right. My heart feels certain, every close embrace has settled the question inside me. My trust runs deeper because your actions have never asked me to pretend. My desire stays honest, I feel it rise whenever your hands meet mine. My choice feels complete, not because others agree, but because I have lived it myself. My soul feels settled, this happiness is something I recognize from the inside. They confidently say I'm wrong, but I know first heard the whispers, someone had turned a small private moment into a story about us. I tried to laugh it away at first, but later I sat beside you with a heaviness I could not quite explain. You noticed the change in my face, then moved closer and asked me what was sitting so heavily inside my chest. I told you what had been said about us, every ugly detail I had promised myself I would never repeat. You listened with your hand resting over mine, and I watched the tension leave your face as you understood where my fear had come from. Then you pulled me into a quiet embrace, and I felt my breathing settle against your chest, while the room became still around us. That night taught me something I had never understood before. Some things become stronger when two people refuse to let outside voices enter them. Let all the envious tongues wag, they cannot break our sacred bond. Keep this promise close, sweetheart, no bitter voice can reach the place we share. Guard this feeling, my darling, what we built together is deeper than their judgment. Hold my heart steady, my love, I know what your hands have shown me in private. Let their jealousy rise and fade, our truth does not need to answer every accusation. Stay faithful to this tenderness, I would rather protect our peace than feed their noise. Let all the envious tongues wag, they cannot break our sacred bond. There was another evening when the whispers returned, but this time I found you preparing a quiet meal for the two of us. I stood behind you for a moment, watching the simple care in your hands before wrapping my arms around your waist. You turned and laughed softly, then wiped a little flower from my cheek as though nothing outside our home mattered. We ate together and talked about tomorrow, letting ordinary plans replace the ugly stories that had followed us all day. Later I rested beside you, listening to your breathing while your fingers moved slowly across my palm. I realized how much of our relationship lived in these unnoticed moments. The shared food, the private laughter, the gentle ways we looked after each other. When I closed my eyes beside you, I knew the strongest answer to jealousy was simply continuing to love each other well. Let all the envious tongues wag, they cannot break our sacred bond. Keep this promise close, sweetheart, no bitter voice can reach the place we share. Guard this feeling, my darling, what we built together is deeper than their judgment. Hold my heart steady, my love, I know what your hands have shown me in private. Let the jealousy rise and fade, our truth does not need to answer every accusation. Stay faithful to this tenderness, I would rather protect our peace than feed their noise. Let all the envious tongues wag, they cannot break our sacred bond. I finally understood that night. Protecting what we have does not mean fighting everyone who misunderstands it. Sometimes it means lowering my voice, taking your hand, and remembering the woman I am when I feel safe beside you. Sometimes it means laughing together over dinner, then falling asleep with the same quiet certainty we had before the rumors began. And if the world keeps talking beyond our door, I will still choose the tenderness that has never lied to me. Let all the envious tongues wag, voice can reach the place we share. God, this feeling, my darling, what we built together is deeper than their judgment. Hold my heart steady, my love, I know what your hands have shown me in private. Let the jealousy rise and fade. Our truth does not need to answer every accusation. Stay faithful to this tenderness. I would rather protect our peace than feed their noise. Let all the envious tongues wag, they cannot break our sacred bond. First time I noticed that ring resting on your finger while we sat together after a long evening. You caught me staring at it and smiled because you already knew the little thought moving through my mind. I touched your hand and laughed softly, feeling something serious growing beneath that simple, playful moment. You told me what it meant to you, and I listened closely, because every word made the future feel a little more real. Later you slipped your hand around my waist, and I felt the warmth of that promise without needing anyone else to understand it. We stood together for a while in comfortable silence, your forehead resting against mine while my fingers stayed wrapped around yours. That night I went to sleep smiling, because I knew there was something precious between us that no outside voice could take away. Witches curse and let the wild dogs bark. I wear his golden ring. Let every jealous mouth speak. I know the truth of what this promise means. This heart is chosen, this bond is real. Nothing spoken outside can undo it. I carry his golden ring, and every time it catches the light, I remember what we shared. Let the whole world make its noise. I have his promise resting close against my skin. I have nothing left to hide. This love has given my heart a place to stand. Let witches curse and let the wild dogs bark. I wear his golden ring. There were people who questioned our decision, but I had already seen the tenderness behind your strongest moments. I had seen you bring me water when I was tired, and sit beside me quietly until the heaviness passed. I had watched you straighten my clothes before we stepped outside, and smile when I caught you caring about every little detail. I remembered your hand covering mine whenever a difficult conversation left me needing reassurance more than advice. Those memories meant more than anything people could say, because I knew how you treated my heart when nobody else was there. One evening I held your hand beneath the table, turning the golden ring slowly, while you watched me with that familiar quiet smile. I realized then that I was not wearing jewelry alone. I was carrying a promise built from all those ordinary moments together. Let witches curse and let the wild dogs bark. I wear his gold I know the truth of what this promise means. This heart is chosen, this bond is real. Nothing spoken outside can undo it. I carry his golden ring, and every time it catches the light, I remember what we shared. Let the whole world make its noise. I have his promise resting close against my skin. I have nothing left to hide. This love has given my heart a place to stand. Let witches curse and let the wild dogs bark. I wear his golden ring. I used to wonder whether happiness could survive other people's opinions. Now I know it can, when two hearts keep choosing each other in private. The ring became more than a shining circle around my finger. It became a quiet reminder of the man I know when the doors are closed. So let their voices rise beyond our window. They cannot touch the tenderness we have built with our own hands. I will keep looking down at this golden promise and smiling, because I know exactly who gave it to me. Let witches curse and let the wild dogs bark. I wear his golden ring. Let every jealous mouth speak. I know the truth of what this promise means. This heart is chosen, this bond is real. Nothing spoken outside can undo it. I carry his golden ring, and every time it catches the light, I remember what we shared. Let the whole world make its noise. I have his promise resting close against my skin. I have nothing left to hide. This love has given my heart a place to stand. Let witches curse and let the wild dogs bark. I wear his golden ring. First noticed the change in the room. Smiles became careful whenever our hands found each other. Someone laughed when we walked past together, and I felt the hidden meaning before anyone explained it. Later I asked what they had been saying. You looked at me quietly and told me not to carry words that were never meant for us. We sat on the edge of the bed that night, sharing the last pieces of food, while the outside voices faded behind the walls. I rested my head against your shoulder, and the tension I had carried all evening slowly left my body. Kissed my forehead without making a speech, and that small tenderness reminded me why I never wanted bitterness between us. Before we fell asleep beside each other, I held your hand beneath the blanket and felt our private world become peaceful again. Jealous tongues spit poison in the dark. Our love outshines their hate. Let the truth burn brighter. No bitter rumor can reach what we protect. Keep this heart honest. No jealous voice gets to rewrite what we have lived. Hold this moment closer. Every tender touch has already answered their lies. Let our joy stay fearless. Their cold words cannot enter where trust has grown. Choose this love completely, because what is real does not need their approval. The jealous tongues spit poison in the dark. Our love outshines their hate. A few days later I heard another story, and this time I almost let anger speak before my heart could think. reached across the table and waited until I looked up again. I told you I was tired of people judging us. You listened carefully instead of telling me how I should feel. Then we started laughing over something so small, and suddenly the heaviness that had followed me all day disappeared. You leaned against me while we talked, and I traced slow circles over your hand beneath the quiet of the evening. There was no victory in proving them wrong. There was only the relief of knowing that our happiness was still untouched. When I finally kissed you goodnight, I felt stronger, because our closeness had survived without becoming hard or cruel. The jealous tongue spit poison in the dark. Our love outshines their hate. Let the truth burn brighter. No bitter rumor can reach what we protect. Keep this heart honest. No jealous voice gets to rewrite what we have lived. Hold this moment closer. Every tender touch has already answered their lies. Let our joy stay fearless. Their cold words cannot enter where trust has grown. Choose this love completely, because what is real does not need their approval. The jealous tongue spit poison in the dark. Our love outshines their hate. I finally understood that night. We did not have to become angry just because someone else was unhappy seeing us together. Our answer was not louder words. It was the way we kept caring for each other when nobody was watching. It was your hand finding mine beneath the table, my smile returning before I even realized I had started smiling. And in that quiet little moment between us, I knew their bitterness could never become bigger than the life we were choosing. The jealous tongue spit poison in the dark. Our love outshines their hate. Let the truth burn brighter. No bitter rumor can reach what we protect. Keep this heart honest. No jealous voice gets to rewrite what we have lived. Hold this moment closer. Every tender touch has already answered their lies. Let our joy stay fearless. Their cold words cannot enter where trust has grown. Choose this love completely, because what is real does not need their approval. The jealous tongue spit poison in the dark. Our love outshines their hate.